As we followed him through the upstairs rooms, Otto told us how Captain Bell haunted the house for about 100 years. People who moved into Hill House tried all kinds of ways to get rid of the ghost, but it was determined to stay. Then Otto told everyone about the boy finding the ghost and getting his head pulled off. The ghost of the sea captain vanished. The headless ghost of the boy continued to haunt the house. But that wasn't the end of it. Into the long, dark hallway now, torches darting and flickering along the walls. Tragedy continued to haunt Hill House, Otto continued. Shortly after young Andrew Cross' death, his 12-year-old sister Hannah went mad. Let's go to her room next. He led us down the hall to Hannah's room. Stephanie loves Hannah's room. Hannah collected porcelain dolls, and she had hundreds of them, all with the same long yellow hair, painted rosy cheeks, and blue-tinted eyelids. After her brother was killed, Hannah went crazy. Otto told us all in a hushed voice. All day long, for 80 years, she sat in her rocking chair over there in the corner, and she played with her dolls. She never left her room, ever. He pointed to a worn rocking chair. Hannah died there, an old lady surrounded by her dolls. The floorboards creaked under him as Otto crossed the room. Setting the lantern down, he lowered his big body into the rocking chair. The chair made a cracking sound. I always think Otto is going to crush it. He started to rock. Slowly, the chair groaned with each move. We all watched him in silence. Some people swear that poor Hannah is still here, he said softly. They say they've seen a young girl sitting in this chair, combing a doll's hair. He rocked slowly, letting the idea sink in. And then we come to the story of Hannah's mother. With a grunt, Otto pulled himself to his feet. He grabbed up the lantern and made his way to the top of the long, dark stairway at the end of the hall. Soon after her son's tragedy, the mother met her own terrible fate. She was on her way down these stairs one night when she tripped and fell to her death. Otto gazed down the stairs and shook his head sadly. He does this every time. As I said, Stephanie and I know his every move. But we hadn't come here tonight to watch Otto perform. I knew that sooner or later, Stephanie would want to get going. So I started glancing around to see if it was a good time for us to sneak away from the others. And that's when I saw the strange kid watching us. I didn't see him when we first came in. In fact, I'm sure he wasn't there when the tour started. I had counted 9 people. No kids. The boy was about our age, with wavy blonde hair and pale skin. Very pale skin. He was wearing black jeans and a black turtleneck that made his face look even whiter. I edged over to Stephanie. She was hanging back from the group. "You ready?" she whispered. Otto had started back down the stairs. If we were going to sneak away from the tour, now was the time. But I could see that weird kid still staring at us. Staring hard. He was giving me the creeps. "We can't go. Someone's watching us," I whispered to Stephanie. "Who?" "That weird kid over there." I motioned with my eyes. He was still staring at us. He didn't even try to be polite and turn away when we caught him. Why was he watching us like that? What was his problem? Something told me we should wait. Something told me not to hide from the others just yet. But Stephanie had other ideas. "Forget him," she said. "He's nobody." She grabbed my arm and tugged. "Let's go." We pressed against the cold wall of the hallway and watched the others follow Otto down the stairs. I held my breath until I heard the last footsteps leave the stairway. We were alone now, alone in the long, dark hall. I turned to Stephanie. I could barely see her face. "Now what?" I asked.